So the next thing that the show talked about was fear of change, or do you welcome change? I think that really depends on my mood at the time. Sometimes I will be so worried about the future and just not be able to think about anything else for days on end. And then other times, like right now, I'm pretty good. I'm in a good place right now. Who knows how long that'll last for, but that's how it goes, right? But anyways, right now I don't fear the future. I don't fear any changes that might come about because I feel like I could handle it. There are times where I don't feel as strong and don't feel like I could handle any negative changes that came about. But I think that the change that I fear the most are changes within myself. Like, what if I get to that bad place again? What if I get to that bad place and then something outside of myself bad happens? Like, would I be able to handle that? Like, what would I do, right? But other than that, I don't really fear external changes outside of myself that I don't have any control over. So after talking about the fear of change, they talked about one thing in your life that has changed your entire life. And for me, I think, as cheesy as it might be, it's probably meeting Chris. As simple as that. Because if I hadn't met him, I probably would not have been as okay with switching from U of Guelph to Niagara College. Without him, I probably would not have been as okay with going back to my hometown to live with my parents. That was pretty tough. I mean, after living on your own for so long and then having to move back, it's always hard, right? And obviously without him, I wouldn't be living where I am right now. Living with him has been amazing, and I didn't realize how similar we were. So yeah, just living with him has made me learn a lot about myself and about him, which has been pretty fantastic. So after fear and change, the show talked about acceptance. I guess acceptance of fear and acceptance of those changes. I mean, I didn't really have to accept the meeting Chris and living with Chris change. I mean, it was a great change, it was an amazing change. So that one isn't really applicable. But accepting fear, I think, is the biggest part of maybe not the biggest part, but it's a giant part of learning about yourself and about being able to be yourself. Because you always hear people say, oh, just be yourself, but like no one tells you what that is or how to do that. Actually, I was just watching an interview with Beyonce, probably again on the Oprah Winfrey Network, where they talked about how Beyonce used to have Sasha Fierce as her kind of alternate personality for when she performed. And that's actually a great tool in learning how to be yourself and learning how to be confident with yourself. And in that case, fake it till you make it kind of does work. I kind of used a similar method, I suppose, in teaching myself how to be okay with going anywhere, being anywhere by myself, especially. I actually remember where I was. I was probably maybe in 5th or 6th grade, maybe 6th or 7th. And before that, I didn't really like being places by myself at all. Yeah, 6th or 7th grade, probably. And I was at the mall. And my mom wanted to go shopping somewhere else. I don't know. I wasn't with my mom. And normally I would have been really uncomfortable by myself. But I just acted like it was like I owned the place, basically. I mean, not in... That sounded really obnoxious. Bunny just knocked down some DVDs. Walk around like you own the place, but not in the obnoxious, stuck-up kind of way, I guess. I acted like I was comfortable there. So then through acting like I was comfortable there, I actually became comfortable there, and by the end of the shopping trip I was fine. And then in any new place or anywhere by myself, I knew that I could just act comfortable, and then eventually I would just be comfortable there. And I did the same kind of thing with being able to talk to anyone, like start a conversation with anyone new. It's not that I wasn't being myself, but I acted like someone who's confident and that was able to talk to these people. And really, I was just acting. I was just acting, that's all. But then through acting I learned that, hey, if this person I'm acting like can do this, then I totally can too. And it just gets easier after that. So in the confidence scheme of things, fake it till you make it does kind of work. So yeah, this video was basically just to let you guys know a little bit more about myself, and it was kind of practice for me for being able to talk about these things comfortably. I mean, I know there's no one in this room right now, but I know that probably somewhere around 300 of you are going to watch this, which is a little bit frightening, but I'm doing it anyways. So I guess the lesson for today is realize you're scared and just go for it anyways in the most confident manner you can. And in acting confident, even if you're not, you will become confident. Pretty much. Yeah, that was very moral of the story. And since you guys got to learn a little bit more about me, I hope I'm still in focus. I'm too far away from the camera to reach the focus ring. Anyways, since you guys learned a little bit more about me, I kind of want to learn a little more about you. So down below you can comment with a fear, a change, and no, not an acceptance. I mean, that's kind of hard to comment on, but yeah, a fear or a change that you had to make. Also, you can follow my someteaandadvice.tumblr.com blog. It hasn't been getting much attention from me or anyone else for that matter lately, but I really want to get into that. So if you have any questions for me, any advice you want to ask for, or just anything you just want to get out there, get out of your system, feel free to do that anonymously on that blog. And since I'm not the most active person on YouTube, I suppose, you can connect to me through Instagram and Twitter at KaiTheKiwi, and my KaiTheKiwiloves.tumblr.com blog on Tumblr. So feel free to comment down below. I would love it if you did. Feel free to follow me on all those things, and I will see you in my next video. Congratulations for making it this far through it.